Hello. Hello. Can we get it going? Isn't there? Leave meeting. Nope. Do I?
The video's on. It's not.
Participants. Have you got me included? Can you hear me? I see some people shaking their head. I can't hear anything myself. We're trying.
I'm trying to find the volume. Never had this problem. No. Told you to call them. They have a problem on their end.
Yeah. I can see you all. Can you see me? Somebody give me a thumbs up. Okay, so y'all can all hear me and y'all can see me. We did this last year several times and it worked just fine. But hang with me. We'll see if it's anything on my end that I can do about it. That's mute over there.
It's not muted.
It's not. Please give me a thumbs up when you do hear me. Well, you are hearing me. I just can't. Anybody say something? I got it. Hello? Any better?
It's there.
I can see y'all just fine.
All there.
I wish I could hear you all. Somebody speak out and say something. Are y'all talking? Daggone. Well, I don't know if you can connect me to my telephone by calling me. I can see you. I'm here. And I'd like to be able to get the technology to work properly so that I can engage with you. But at the moment, that's not happening. Now I hear a little bit.
You hear a little bit?
I hear it now. Keep
Okay.
on. Yes, keep on.
Okay. Is that yours that he's hearing this from?
No, it's just come on. I'm now hearing. Don't know what
Okay.
happened, but I'm hearing. So,
Okay. Something is on silent on our screen. See it?
you're not speaking to me, are you, Teresa?
No.
We can only hear now.
Okay. And in fact, we're hearing him from Maggie's.
Right, but
My laptop isn't doing anything.
no, it was
Where does that sound?
the television. There's a good collection of things to look at.
Well, if it's working, if y'all can hear me, I can hear you all, and I can see you all. Can you
Okay.
see me? You see me, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right, then do we want to go ahead and start the meeting?
Unless that's setting it in the Zoom. whatever that program is.
Is it recording, Terry? Terry, is it recording?
Yes.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, I can hear, y'all can hear, we can all see each other. And I'm sorry that we're getting started a few minutes late, but let me go ahead and ask for the meeting to be called to order. And Terry, would you do the roll call?
Yes. Mr. Cuby,
Yes.
Mr. Snyder,
Yes.
Miss Newton,
Here.
Mr. Stowe,
Here.
Miss Larson, here.
And Terry, would you also, if you don't mind, identify or have anybody that's staff or town associated that's participating in the meeting?
Mayor Harlow is here.
Okay.
Treasurer Kelly Singletary is here.
Okay.
And Councilmember Covert is here.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Let your records show that, if you would, please. All right. So I'd ask that you all stand and let's do the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to
the
the
republic for which it stands,
one nation
under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, folks, thank you. The next item on the agenda is to adopt or amend the agenda. I do have two things that I want to add, and I will bring those up, and then I will ask if anyone else has anything you want to add to it. First item is I would suggest that we add as item D1, once it's amended, the agenda's amended, that we address State Code 2.2 3708.3, which has to do with electronic Zoom meetings. Now, I know that the Planning Commission adopted said ordinance last year in February or March, because I was a participant and used that while I had the medical situations where I was a caretaker, and that's the same situation as now. I've read that, and the only thing that I see that's required for it to be annual is if you're having a full-fledged Zoom meeting. Everybody is Zoom. This is not, this is just one. But for safety's sake, I would suggest that as part of our organizational meeting, that that be addressed each and every year. So if there's any changes, it can be brought up. So for that reason, I'm going to put on here after we amend the agenda that we address and readopt the for the town to comply with State Code 2.2 3708.3 on use of Zoom during its meetings. And that applies to the council or the Planning Commission or Board of Zoning Appeals or any official organization. Second item is under the reorganization portion. There are 6 things listed. I would like to add a 7th, and that be for us to briefly discuss FOIA and conflict of interest. So those are 2 additions that I would like to add, and I would open the floor for anyone that has anything else that you want to add to or revise the agenda. Floor is open. If I don't see or hear anyone bringing any other actions on the agenda before us, could I will entertain a motion to adopt the agenda for tonight as amended. I'm sorry.
Ed,
Yes.
I'm thinking you should separate the FOIA from the conflict of interest. They're just 2 separate things. That's
They
all.
are. So we can do 7A and B. FOIA would be first and conflict of interest second. Good point. Thank you. Thank you. Do I hear a motion to adopt the agenda as amended?
I make a motion to adopt the agenda.
A second.
As amended, motion was made by Teresa and seconded by Jim. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in, well, let's since I'm not there to see, well, I am, I can see it this way. Let's just do roll call votes. Would you mind real quickly doing that for me, Terry?
Ms. Newton,
Yes.
Mr. Stowe,
Yes.
Mr. Snyder,
Yes.
Ms. Larson,
Yes.
Mr. Cuby.
Yes. Motion passes 5-0. All right, thank you very much. And I made the provision of State Code 2.2 3708.3 as being item D1. Terry, did you make a copy of that to provide to the council members tonight on the table?
Yes, sir.
All right. I know it's short notice. We probably haven't had a chance to read it, but I would have to assume that it's the same as what existed last year when the Planning Commission adopted it. And with that assumption, if you have any questions, we'll entertain it, and then we'll look for a motion. And I would say that the motion ought to be made to re-adopt the ordinance from last year, and any amendment that the state may have done, if they did, for the town to comply with them. That's my suggestion. Any questions or comments related to this?
I'm thinking that we can only adopt this with regard to the planning commission. We
yeah.
can't, we can't adopt for the town or any other organization
Absolutely.
part of the town.
That's right. It should only apply. We are adopting it pertaining to our planning commission. We could probably add that as an item in our bylaws for future reference when we get to the bylaws review later, you know?
All right.
Any other comments?
Does anybody need to? It's same old, same old.
How many pages does that end up being?
3.
3? It's pretty straightforward. The way that I read it was that, you know, that they encourage the use of this when necessary. And it's a different set if it's an emergency. You know, there are other guidelines somewhat different. This is not an emergency. And if everybody is participating with it, then there's more things you got to do. But just for an individual or less than a quorum being necessary, it's basically saying you've got to state a reason if you're not there in order to be able to participate, which I will do that. And it'll be the same as what we used last year.
So Ed,
yes,
you're looking for a motion to adopt this and possibly incorporate it as part of our
bylaws
bylaws.
and rules of procedure. Yes, sir.
So I can go ahead and make that motion.
Please do.
I move that we adopt the Code of Virginia Title 22, 2.2 dash 3708.3, the wordage concerning meetings through electronic communication and incorporate it in the Planning Commission bylaws.
Including if there was any amendments made by the state that we would obviously have to abide by them, right? We don't know what it is. It's probably just what you're looking at. That should be the latest and greatest.
So you want me to amend the motion to say?
I think you're fine, because if she just printed it off, I'm sure that's the most recent.
All right.
Do I hear a second to that?
Yes.
Who was the second?
Ryan.
Ryan? Okay, Ryan. All right, so we have a motion and a second for the Town Planning Commission to adopt or re-adopt 2.2 3708.3 regarding Zoom meetings. And I would call for the vote. Terry, would you do the roll call?
Ms. Larson? Yes. Mr. Snyder?
Yes.
Mr. Stowe?
Yes.
Mr. Cuby?
Yes.
Ms. Newton?
Yes.
So that sounded like that was unanimous 5-0. And let the record show that I am attending tonight by Zoom as a caretaker for a family member that has a medical situation, and that I am not available to be present at your meeting for that reason. And I did request with the clerk earlier to include me in the Zoom meeting for tonight. Okay. That should take care of that item. The next item on the agenda is welcome of new members. So I'd like to welcome Maggie Larson and Ryan Stowe. So Maggie, I think you've been to planning commission meeting or more, maybe two. I know you've been to the town council meeting. Just for the sake of being on official videotape, I welcome you to say hi and just tell us and whoever may watch these videos anything that you want to say regarding your request, and that you have been appointed and now are a member of the planning commission. Any comments or any introduction you want to provide would be appreciated.
Hi, and thank you all for welcoming me.
Super. She is a town resident. And how long have you lived in the town? Just for curiosity.
2 years.
3 years. Welcome to the planning commission,
Thank you.
Maggie. Ryan, say hello and tell people about yourself.
I live here in town as well. Lived here for 5.5 years, and I'm happy to be here, and thank you for having me. Looking forward to helping in any way that I can.
Well,
Thank you.
on behalf of the planning commission, we all welcome you and appreciate that y'all volunteered and submitted a request to be there. We have put together a whole lot of information as background, and hopefully that's been shared with you, that you can look at the comprehensive plan and the zoning map and town code and things such as that. So don't be overwhelmed, and we appreciate your interest and desire to get involved and help the town in its planning. Okay. With that done, we get to what happens once a year at the January meeting, the reorganization of the Mineral Planning Commission. And we have 7 items to go over in doing that. The first one is nominations and election for the Mineral Planning Commission chairman for 2026. And as our bylaws say, that that coordination of receiving nominations and handling that aspect is to be done by the town clerk or the town manager. So Terry, I would ask you, if you would, to call for and see if you have nominations for the chairman for 2026.
All right, I'd like to open the floor for nominations.
Make a motion, Ed, to be the chairman again.
Any other nominations? All right, I guess we'll close the nominations. And we'll take a roll call vote. Ms. Larson?
Yes.
Mr. Snyder?
Yes.
Mr. Stowe?
Yes.
Mr. Kuby?
Yes.
Ms. Newton?
Yes.
Congratulations, Mr. Kuby.
Thank you very much.
For 2026.
I appreciate it very much. And I look forward to us all working together and providing some good service to the council and to the town.
All right. At this
Go
point,
ahead, and do you want to go ahead and handle the second part as well, since I'm not there? I appreciate it.
yes. So at this point, I'll open the nominations for vice chairman.
Miss Burns,
Yes.
I would like to ask if interested, well, can't ask that. I would like to nominate Teresa Newton for vice chairman.
Any other nominations?
I would nominate myself because I wouldn't mind continuing in that role. I'm sorry? Oh,
Any other nomination? All right, at this point, I'll close the nominations. And we will vote for Ms. Newton to be the vice chairman of the 2026 Planning Commission. Mr. Stowe,
Yes.
Mr. Snyder,
I'll abstain from that one.
Mr. Cubey,
Yes.
Ms. Larson,
Yes.
Ms. Newton,
I can't vote for myself. If I have to, I have to.
So we have three, Mr. Cubey as a, 3 vote for yes, 2 abstain. Do I move on to the next nomination?
Then you vote.
No.
If
I would say that I can go ahead with other things. I'd like to first thank Jim for having been chairman and having been vice chairman, and for his services that he has given to the town on the planning commission, and encourage him to continue to actively participate in all. And also would like to congratulate Teresa, and encourage her in this year's being the vice chairman, and encourage her to be very much involved in what we're doing, so that we can address many of the things that council is looking for the planning commission to help with.
Thank you.
Thank you both. All right, and thank you, Terry, for handling the nominations and the elections. The third item on the agenda is nomination and election of Mineral Planning Commission Secretary for 2026. The last couple of years, we have done that by virtue of the town graciously providing their staff to perform that function, versus us as members having to volunteer to do that and keep the minutes and notify people and help with packages and all that sort of thing. So that has been, I would say, the tradition, but it is not the requirement that it be that. I will open the floor to nominations for the secretary for 2026, and kind of nudge people towards doing what has been done and has been working.
I make a motion for Terry to be our secretary.
Do I hear a second? Oh, don't need a second. I'm sorry. Don't need a second. Are there any other nominations? No other nominations? Then I would close the floor and ask Terry, will you do a roll call as far as your nomination to be the planning commission secretary?
Ms. Larson,
Yes.
Mr. Newton,
Yes.
Mr. Cubey,
Yes.
Mr. Stowe,
Yes.
Mr. Snyder.
Yes.
Okay, great. Congratulations,
No,
Terry.
I think that
Thank
we
you.
missed by asking here if she was willing to serve.
We did ask. We did not ask that. You
I
are
feel,
correct.
then my yes is yes.
Thank you, Terry. We appreciate it very much.
You're very welcome.
Let's see, item 4, motion to continue same meeting dates and times of meeting. Terry prepared a list that should be in your package of the dates that are likely to be the meetings, because we have previously had them on the 4th Thursday, and she's listed what the 4th Thursday is. And I thought I had this right here, but now I'm not seeing. Oh, there it is. So I checked those, and that is the 4th Thursday of January through October, I think. The way I read it, it was. The November one is on the 19th. So I think that she was concluding what we've done normally is meet the Thursday before that. in this case, it'd be November 19th versus November the 26th. And she didn't put anything down for December because the tradition has been not to hold a meeting in December. Am I right on all that, Terry?
Correct.
Okay. And that all of that is our standard practice. So I would suggest for consideration that somebody make a motion to adopt this list that was prepared for our regular meetings, and will get posted out on the board out front and on the town's website for those meetings through October that she has there, and put an asterisk by November the 19th, being in the Thursday, November 19th, and say change due to Thanksgiving holiday. And I think that we should add the December one in there and make it Thursday, December the 17th, and put an asterisk in that and say, in lieu of being December 24th, Christmas Eve. The reason I say that is, who knows, there may be something very active and very busy, and the council needs us to adopt something, to meet on something. So it's easier if you already have it on there to cancel it than to have to go through great extent of advertising it and putting it on there because of the emergency, that might require. So my suggestion is add on there Thursday, December 17th, 2026, and an asterisk in lieu of the December 24th, Christmas Eve. Any discussion on that before I ask for a motion? I'd like to hear that before we bother with the motion. Does that make sense? If it does, I'd entertain a motion to that effect.
I move that we adopt the amended meeting times and dates for the Planning Commission for 2026.
I second.
Okay, that sounds good. The motion was by Jim Snyder. I think the second was by Teresa Newton. Right?
Move this along.
Was it? Okay. So we got a motion in a second. Any questions or problems? Does everybody agree that that's a good meeting date, the fourth Thursday, typically? All right. Then I'd call for the vote. Would you do the roll call, Terry?
Ms. Larson?
Yes.
Ms. Newton?
Yes.
Mr. Cuby?
Yes.
Mr. Stowe?
Yes.
Mr. Snyder?
Yes.
Great. Thank you very much. So we got that taken care of. And please get that on the board outside and the website, etc., wherever things like that would go, Terry.
Yes, sir.
Let's see. Number 5, review, revise, readopt the Mineral Planning Commission bylaws and rules of procedure. So you should have that in your package. And that was first adopted June the 27th, 2024. And that's probably, if you look into one like I have, it says amended tonight, that's subject to it getting amended and approved tonight. So hopefully that happens. The only thing that I note that needs to be changed is if you look at page 2 at the bottom of it, it's under conduct of meetings, item A, 4th line. It's still listing the way this planning commission was. At one point, it was 7 members versus 5. The council changed it last year or sometime in the recent past back to 5 members. So we need to correct this to comply with the actual organization as we're seeing here tonight. So I think that should say procedure may be suspended by concurring vote of 3 of the 5 voting members appointed to the Mineral Planning Commission. And that would take care of it, I think. I don't think anything else is knocked out of whack by it. That's all that I got. Does anyone else have any changes? We want to incorporate what you said earlier, right? Or just reiterate, Jim, that we're going to be adding this state code 2.2 3708.3 in the appropriate place, wherever that might be, as part of the reorganization voting process, and put that in these bylaws, wherever it goes. That's okay with the motion that somebody makes.
Okay, Ed, I have, through here, I think it was this one, where, let me make sure,
What?
just a second.
Okay.
It's nothing, it was another form,
No issue?
no.
Okay. Anybody else?
I found a typo.
Okay.
um,
What
and
page?
then-
What
and-
page?
Well, I don't know because they're not numbered. It is section 2. I guess.
Okay. Conduct of meetings.
Conduct.
Yeah, it's further in section 2. So I don't know if it's section 2 or if it's section 8. It's elections and appointments. And then subsection C.
I'm not finding, try that again or,
Elections and appointments, you said?
Yeah.
It's on page 12, but it's page 7 of the original document.
okay.
It's number 8. After G.
Number 2, conduct of meetings, what letter?
No, it's Roman numeral 8,
8. Okay. Hold on.
Okay.
I'm
election
flipping
and appointments.
All right, Roman numeral 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, elections and appointments. I'm there. Now, what letter?
C.
B,
C.
C. All right, what's wrong?
The last sentence, it says in a roll call vote, each commission is required. to Either
Uh-huh.
vote or abstain, it should say commissioner.
Okay, if a roll call vote, each commission, probably comma, if a roll call vote, comma, each commissioner is required to either vote or abstain when called upon, and a period at the end.
Yes,
Sound right?
yes.
You want to make that motion? Is there anything else that anyone has noticed that needs to be changed?
I had one more thing.
Okay.
It is in Roman numeral 9,
All right. Closed sessions.
closed sessions,
Okay.
letter B.
B. Yeah.
It says participating in the closed meeting by phone or Zoom type electronic connection. And I think that's,
Whoa.
oh,
Closed sessions. You said B as in boy. Is that
Yeah.
right?
B as in boy, and
Okay,
then
no meeting shall become a closed session until the MPC takes an affirmative vote in open session to enter closed session and the town attorney and or duly designated legal counsel is present in the meeting or is participating in the closed meeting by phone or Zoom type electronic connection. Okay, what do you want to change to that?
so I just don't think that Zoom was appropriate because the name of Zoom could change. At some
Okay.
point, it's a company.
Uh-huh.
So I thought that it should instead say,
Electronic connection.
using an electronic audio or video connection. Just to be broad enough.
Okay. And or participate in the closed meeting by phone or I'm going to write it down now. Tell me again.
So participating in the closed meeting using an electronic audio or video connection.
Slash it said.
Fine with me. Makes sense.
Sounds good to me.
And then the rest of it is okay. Any MPC member dissenting in such a vote shall state the reason for the dissent. Okay. Makes sense. Okay. Anybody else got any changes, corrections, or additions to it? Somebody care to make a motion?
Motion to pass as amended.
That's it.
Okay, the motion was made by Ms. Newton and the second was made by Ms. Lawson. Am I right? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm not going to repeat them. The record of the video should take care of what we discussed. Are y'all okay with that?
Yes.
Yeah.
You want me to do it? Okay. So it was just it was just changing from 7 to 5, and then your last one, and then the thing that was talked about being added to here about the State Code 2.2 3708 incorporation. I think those were the three things. If no question about that or disagreement with that, I'll call for the vote. Please, Terry.
Joe,
Yes.
Mr. Snyder,
Yes.
Mr. Cutie,
Yes.
Ms. Larson,
Yes.
Ms. Newton.
Yes.
Was that 5-0?
Yes.
Okay, thank you all. So we got that done. Number 6, discussion and adoption of civility pledge for new members and all meeting attendees. I would say regarding that, that's my idea. And I just think it's a good idea for us to voluntarily embrace doing that. It's not required. It's nothing legal that says we got to do it. The planning commission, the council had done it before, and what I drew up should be in the package there, and it's taken directly from the council's wording of it. And I'll gladly read it if you want me to read it. But the idea I did say on there, and for the audience as well, you're not going to ever put that out and ask for audience to sign it and anything such as that. But I think a copy of this ought to be placed on the sign up board so that whoever that comes to meetings is aware that we have such a thing, and that we should be holding the public and council members and anyone that's in attendance to the same general standards of being social, professional, civic minded, and in an orderly fashion. So the only reason I say the audience is that, you want the meetings to go smoothly and correctly and professionally and all, then let's adopt that and say that we're going to be bound by it. And we would expect everybody to sign it. We can't make you sign it. If you don't sign it, you don't sign it. But I would encourage you to. Does anybody want to express your comment related to this? If you have a problem with it or you want to make any change to it, floor is open.
I believe it should be part of our meetings, both council and planning commission. Any public held meeting as well.
Okay, thank you very much. Anybody else? Again, we can only put it, this is only saying us, and it does not say in here that the public has to sign it.
I can't track two conversations.
Okay. All right, then I didn't mean to step on anybody else that was speaking. Sorry if I did. Whoever was speaking can continue.
We're okay, go ahead, sorry.
Jim, did you want to speak? Go ahead.
No, I was trying to listen to a discussion and then another discussion, and so I
Fine.
couldn't keep up with both.
Thank you. So, just not to be repetitive, this is really us. We're not, we don't have anything to do with the council or the Board of Zoning Appeals or anyone else's use of it and what they adopt. We can only do that and don't have to do that if we don't get a majority vote on it. But this is not something I dreamed up. This is basically the councils with the planning commission substituted in. Further comments before seeing if somebody would make a motion relative to it?
I make a motion for it to be added to the planning commission.
And it would be something.
An advisory message for the council.
Okay, I got a motion. Do I hear a second?
A second.
Okay, Ms. Lawson seconded it. So we are now for discussion. If anyone else wants to discuss or bring up any comments related to it, my thought is, again, that if this gets adopted, this will be a standing thing to re-adopt each and every year during your organizational meeting like tonight. Any other comments before calling them for the vote? Not seeing anybody. Terry?
Mr. Snyder,
Yes.
Ms. Larson,
Yes.
Ms. Newton,
Yes.
Mr. Cuby,
Yes.
Mr. Stowe.
Yes.
Okay. Very good. 5-0. Thank you all very much. Terry, everybody is encouraged to go ahead and sign that and date it and to provide it to Terry. If y'all don't mind doing it before the next meeting, it would be great. And therefore that would just be done and behind us. And again, we'll revisit it and see if anything needs to be changed or tweaked next year and for other years ahead. Thank y'all very much for doing that tonight. That takes care of the reorganization items for 2026. I did add item 7. Yep. Is that what y'all bring to my attention? 7. I added FOIA and conflict of interest. FOIA is Freedom of Information Act, and there is a Freedom of Information Act that says what records have to be kept and the availability of records and so forth to the public if they request through the town office and all. Teresa, do you have something on that? Did you?
Yes, I do. It is a Commonwealth law that every member that is voted or appointed of a governmental area must every 2 years get certified through VML. They have training sessions that they'll come to, or you can do it online. And a conflict of interest is also available. I went to a conference this month and got the information from VML and the conference, and it's really important for each and every one of us, town clerk too.
Teresa, do you have one?
Yeah, I need to make a copy. I thought I had one and I don't. But I'll make a copy before we, oh no, here's one. Sorry. Thank you.
I participated, Ed, in the last training that was done for the town council,
Yes,
but they never gave us our certifications.
they didn't.
Did you do it through VML?
The VML guy came out here and did it for us. It was,
Because usually an attorney can do that.
well,
That's the reason why I asked, was it the attorney or was it VML?
we had someone from VML.
Okay. I can look into it for you. I need a name, I need something to go by and, you know.
I mean, I'll do it again because
Okay, yeah, every 2 years. But newly elected officials have to do it within 2 months of them being sworn in.
So that can be done online, or you can at a group function, whether it's a VML function or something else, or get somebody. I know that the previous town attorney, not the most recent, but the one before that, had done a training session several years ago for commissioners and council members. So what action do you want taken on this, Teresa?
What action? Is that what?
Yes. Yes. I mean, do we need to act upon this? Do you want this? Do you want that as part of, and then again, we separate out that versus the conflict of interest. Do you?
Well, it should be in the bylaws of the planning commission. A lot of officials don't know that they have to do this. I don't know whether the town is part of VML.
Okay.
So, I mean, you know, I think it needs, I make a motion that it needs to be added to the bylaws of the planning commission. And that's for the freedom and also the conflict of interest.
Do we hear a second?
So,
Who was that? Was that Ryan?
Yeah.
Okay. So we got a motion and a second about the FOIA and to incorporate it into the bylaws and all. my assumption is what you want to do is put in there the state code section with the requirement and reference that as then being something that planning commission will, be in compliance with.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So we got a motion, a second. Any further comments or questions related to it? Do we want to do them separately? I guess we do. So you got a motion, a second. Terry?
Ms. Newton,
Yes.
Mr. Stowe,
Yes.
Ms. Larson,
Yes.
Mr. Snyder,
Yes,
Mr. Cubey.
Yes. Now, conflict of interest. Do we have something on that?
I've handed out, the conflict of interest and ethics advisory council that was handed out at the conference. And I gave it to each, commissioner here. And I've got yours.
What do you want?
You get
What
that,
do we-
or I can fax
What,
it.
what are we going to do there? The same thing? You want to cite the state code related to it and say that, that we take an action to include in the bylaws that and do that each year?
Yes, well, every 2 years.
We
is
won't
what
have to do it every year if we put it in the bylaws and say, make the references that they are there. Then we adopt the bylaws, we've adopted them. I don't think we have to.
Yeah, I think if it's pointed out that, if they're newly appointed or elected, that they have to do it within 2 months and thereafter every 2 years.
Okay. Somebody want to give us a motion on that we see that becomes part of our bylaws and that people are advised and comply with it.
I'm wondering if adding all of this makes the bylaws just get bigger and bigger and
No.
bigger.
These are ordinances from the Commonwealth,
As-
not just
As
us.
opposed to just saying we will abide by the ordinances and reference the material.
Well, I took it as that's kind of what Ed was saying, is that we would reference it in the bylaws as we are abiding by this code section.
Yes.
Of Virginia law.
Yes. You did
That's
say
all
that.
we have in the bylaw.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Yes, that's really the premise behind adopting bylaws and rules of order, is to get coverage of a wide array of things. And then, we all know what we're operating with and under, what guiding principles you're running the planning commission by. So we did we have a motion on this? Did you, Teresa, make a motion on this? Or-
Yes.
Yes, I make a motion to add the conflict of interest ordinance and whatever it's gonna be. I don't have it in front of me.
to the planning commission's bylaws and rules of order. Do I hear a second?
I second it.
Second.
Who was the second?
Right.
Ryan?
Yeah.
Ryan seconded the motion. Probably discussed it enough unless somebody wants to speak up.
So are you saying add all of this or the reference?
No, just reference.
Okay.
That it's required.
That's because that's not exactly what you said.
So clarification.
Well, we clarified it when we talked about it. Just.
But we go by the motion.
So is your
I'm
motion?
sorry, this sounds real nitpicky, but
So I'll see if I can restate. The motion that I understood was that the town planning commission would incorporate the references to the conflict of interest state codes into its planning commission bylaws and rules of order, so that it's addressed, the people know about it, and then by so that, that when you adopt your bylaws each and every year, that would be saying that you're aware of that and agree to comply with it. Would you say that it's a fair repetition of your motion, Teresa?
Yes.
Okay.
Complying
And-
with the Commonwealth ordinance of the Freedom of Information Act, and I'll get you those references, and the Conflict of Interest Act.
Okay. So I repeated the motion, and I hope the seconder is okay with that.
Yes.
All right, Terry, please.
Ms. Larson,
Yes.
Ms. Newton,
Yes.
Mr. Cuby,
Yes.
Mr. Stone,
Yes.
Mr. Snyder.
Yes.
Thank you all very much. That's 5-0, I believe.
Yeah.
All right. That concludes the reorganization items for 2026. Public comment. Is there anybody in the audience that signed up to speak tonight?
Yes, Michelle Covert.
All right, please, Ms. Covert.
Well, to our new commissioners, I'd say have new people. I only have a couple of comments. One is a correction, and that our town council does have currently the civility pledge. We don't use it, but it's not enforceable, and it's something that we decided last January wasn't helping, so we removed them. Also, the bylaws, we cut them back about 70%, so.
Sorry, I cannot hear you.
Is this on? Okay, can you hear me now? Not really, okay. Well, anyway, the town council does not use a civility pledge. The assumption is that, you know, we will be civil and some people won't, and it's an unenforceable pledge. So we don't do that. One comment that I had just about the order of this agenda for the reorganization is that public comment is put after everything happens. And I'm thinking, it's sad, I'm the only citizen here, but if there were more citizens, it would be nice, I think, for citizens to have an option to, you know, make a comment that about all the reorganization, especially when the Planning Commission is adopting a civility pledge on their behalf, which may limit their speech. And I think that's something that the public should have an opportunity to comment on. And if they were here, I wish more people would show. And the only other thing I want to say is I think when a motion is, I don't think reinterpreting it and then voting on the incorrect one is right. I think the process should be that it should be amended to be correct before it's voted on. And that again is just a technical correct way of doing it. But if we're going to spend all this time on rules and bylaws, then, you know, I don't think we should, you know, just skip doing Robert's rules in the correct way. So those are the only comments, but welcome again. And I look forward to having you on there. Also, if y'all could get your contact information on the website so that the public has an opportunity.
I would ask that the speaker please get back to the microphone because I could hear you clearly at the microphone. I'm only hearing mumbling now. Please.
I'm just saying with the new commissioners, it would be nice if their contact information was on the internet so that if we wanted to contact them before a meeting to, you know, discuss something with them, we had that opportunity to do that. And I know it's because you're new. I'm just making you aware that they're not up there yet. So
Thank you.
thank you.
All right. Appreciate your comments, Ms. Covert. Did I understand there are not anyone else?
No one else for public comment.
Okay. With that, then I will close the public comment session. That doesn't require a motion. And we will move along to the next item, approval of minutes. The first set of minutes is 9/25/25. Have y'all got a copy? Did y'all get a copy of those? You did, correct? September 25th meeting. Looks like it's 3 pages. And I have read them. Does anybody else want to make any comments regarding the minutes before I do?
I just want to say thank you, Terry, for doing what you're doing with the minutes. It takes a minute to learn how to do those. So, thank you.
You're very welcome.
If you need help from us, just let us know.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Teresa, your mic just suddenly, I could barely hear you where I was hearing you very well. I don't know. Do the members have control to be able to cut them on or off? Do they, or is it centrally controlled, all of them at one time come on or go off?
I don't think any of them.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I do now. Yeah, maybe you were leaning back and before you were leaning forward. I don't know, but anyway, I could hear you. I'm just pointing it out.
Okay.
Anybody
I
else?
have a loud mouth.
Anybody else with
I think your
comments?
mic's even on.
I have two very minor comments. And again, very good job, Terry. Thank you. I am looking at what's my second page, page 18, it says down in the gray box at the bottom. Under zoning administrator, it says, reminds the planning commission that the operational budget allows the town manager to approve anything up to $5,000, period. Capital improvements are usually, I think that's an extra R in there. I had marked it out, so I'm not sure. I think that's an extra R, get rid of that. And then in the last line, the zoning administrator appropriate information for projects listed in the agenda package. I would just suggest adding the zoning administrator suggested to appropriate information for projects listed in the agenda package. Those are the two minor items that I saw. Oh, and I do see on the next page one very small typo, I guess. October at the top, October PC will hold public hearings. What is that? I marked it out again on the zoning ordinance, but it was something else there. So I would suggest those things. Anybody else? Again, Terry, good job. Thank you. Do I hear a motion to adopt the meeting minutes for September the 25th as amended?
I move that we adopt the meeting minutes as amended.
Thank you. Do I hear a second? Thank you, Jim.
Second,
Second by
Teresa.
Teresa Newton. Thank you. So we got a motion and a second. I think we've already had an opportunity to discuss it. Speak up if you have other comments. If not, I'll call for the roll call approval of those minutes as amended.
Mr. Schneider,
Yes.
Ms. Larson,
Yes.
Mr. Keating,
Yes.
Ms. Newton,
Yes.
Mr. Stowe.
Yes.
Was that everybody?
Yes,
Okay, and that was 5-0, I'm guessing.
yes, sorry.
No. I'm looking at stuff and listening to. Thank you very much. That passes 5-0. Second set of minutes is for October the 30th, which was the night that we had 4 public hearings presented to the Planning Commission by the town zoning administrator. And have y'all had a chance to review that? Any comments?
I'm looking at my comment on page 21. The zone administrator was stating about Louisa Avenue, about all of it, being, I don't remember what the zoning she said. I don't know what she was talking about, but it was left out about State Highway 522 Louisa Avenue, that it should not be included in what they wanted to do with Louisa Avenue, because I am light commercial. And that it wasn't permitted uses. We were talking about what my property was zoned.
Which one of those public hearings are you speaking of, Teresa?
It's the 30th. It's on page 21 about my comments.
Okay. But you got 1, 2, and 3 public hearing. Which one was it?
I'm sorry, 1, zoning
Okay.
425 light commercial.
Okay, I got you.
So, I can, what I can do is just, I'm looking at Terry.
Mhm.
I can go through the Zoom meeting or whatever it's on and
Yeah.
make sure, because there was a problem with me stating that that was a state highway. They said that, you know, whatever they wanted to do with Louisa Avenue, it should not include Louisa Avenue on State Highway 522. That's what it's about.
Okay, I got you.
About 10 times trying to make sure I said it right. I think too, Ed, on these, I don't think we need to approve these because there was so much interference that night. About several things, if I can remember correctly, and I if you don't mind, I can look at it and see to help Terry out.
Yeah, 'cause I had to do it from the video, because I wasn't here.
Okay, yeah. And that was kind of a mess that night.
Yeah, I would concur with what you are noting and suggesting, Teresa, because a public hearing has a whole lot more legal requirements of being able to have the record show when a motion was made and when it was seconded and who spoke and who didn't and when it was closed and when you move on. A lot of detail required of that. And this wasn't just one, this was 4 in the same night. So I would also be of the opinion that it would be best if we did not act on this one tonight and carry this over to the next meeting. In the meantime, I would like to discuss this with Terry, and if you would like to assist with that, more than welcome to, or we can both provide our comments to her. I just know in reading it, it's there is things that if you was going to a court of law, that the motions being made and seconded and then hearing from the public, and there was nobody present, so there wasn't anybody, but it needs to be in there. And then going over the comments and all that were made, and legally, we need to address this some. And Terry hasn't done one of these, and she wasn't present at it, so it's no reflection on you, Terry. But I would say I don't want to sit here tonight and try to spell out each and every one of these things, and I would just like to be able to work with Terry on that and let it come back and everybody review it and vote on it at the next meeting. Anybody object
Make
to
a
that?
motion to table it till the next meeting.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
All right, I have a motion from Teresa and a second from Jim for this meeting that had the 4 public hearings on it, which was the date of October the 30th. Be tabled for now, to be brought back at the next meeting. And meantime, we'll provide some comments to the secretary as far as the assistance with that, and hopefully act on it at our next meeting. That motion and second having been made, any further questions before I call the roll call vote? Hearing none. Terry?
Mr. Keating,
Yes.
Ms. Newton,
Yes.
Ms. Larson,
Yes.
Mr. Stowe,
Yes.
Mr. Snyder.
Yes.
All right. So I think that was unanimous, wasn't it?
Yes.
Okay. So that passes 5-0. Thank y'all. And I guess we have a final one, November the 20th. And she's got that there. All I'm thinking that needs to be done there, we don't want somebody in the future looking back and saying, what happened on November 20th? Why didn't you have a meeting, or did you not have a meeting? I think that just needs to be as it is that you've got here, Terry. But I don't think after the statement is there that the Pledge of Allegiance adoption and all the way down to adjournment needs to, that doesn't need to be included because we didn't call the meeting and we didn't conduct any business. So I would say the meeting was canceled at 6:30 p.m. by the chairman due to no quorum per the bylaws of the Mineral Planning Commission. I said at 6:30 is what I'm adding to that, and let that conclude, and then just put the commission members down there, and that is a holding place to say, you know, that was a meeting, but we didn't conduct it because we didn't have a quorum. Any questions, comments?
Comment, I'm sorry. I was far away being treated to dinner. And it was like, yeah, there's no way I can get paid.
He thought of that delicious dinner.
I was just,
That can happen, and now we have 5 members. So, you know, when it was just the 3 of us, it became a little bit tough, and that was the circumstance that happened there. We had to have 3, and so we didn't. So we canceled it and moved on. And December was already ruled out as far as the meeting. It had been canceled. So here we are in January. Do I hear a motion to adopt that amended statement as the November 20th placeholder in the record?
I move that the November 20th meeting minutes include A, call to order, B, roll call, adding meeting canceled at 6:30 due to no quorum, and the rest just be dropped.
All right. Thank you, Jim. You heard that motion. Do I hear a second to it?
Second.
All right. So we have a motion and a second. And any questions or comments? Don't think is necessary. Thank you, Jim, for and Teresa, because the 3 of us were the ones that were there. I'd call for a motion, and I don't see any reason why that you shouldn't be voting on these ones as well. And you already have voted on 2 others. So we're welcoming you into the flock. Call a roll, please, Terry.
Ms. Newton,
Yes.
Mr. Snyder,
Yes.
Mr. Cubey,
Yes.
Ms. Larson,
Yes.
Mr. Stowe.
Yes.
All right. That takes care of the minutes. Thank you very much. We got 2 of them done, and we'll deal with the other one and keep them going here afterwards. What are we on now? Old business? Correct?
No.
What did I leave?
The district regulations on signs.
That's old business, isn't it?
Oh, it is old business.
Yeah, old business, item number 1.
Which is not
That is about the planning commission public hearing that was held on 10/30. Public hearing code section 425, article 4, the light commercial zoning classification. Again, we held 4 public hearings that night. We held 4 public hearings that night. This is again primarily to reiterate and explain to our 2 new members. We held 4 public hearings that night. 3 of them we passed in one shape or another and passed along the recommendation for approval to the council. But this one on light commercial, we did not, but we held the public hearing and we made it available for the public to comment. There was no one present, so there weren't any comments received. At the conclusion of it and the closing of the public hearing, I opened it for discussion, and there was some very little, but there was comments enough to say that the council decided to postpone any action on this, and there was a motion second and adopted for us to bring that back at our next meeting. It was scheduled to be addressed at the November meeting, but that wasn't held. So now it's here at January. And I'll put it 1 second and I'll get to you as soon as I finished, Jim. And that's why I put on in the parentheses public comments concluded, because the bylaws and Robert's Rules of Order say when a public hearing is held and the public hearing is ended, you cannot reopen that. That part is done. Yes, sir, Jim. Go ahead.
Are we talking about old business number, letter I, number 1?
Yes, we are.
I don't have any of that. It's
Well,
not in my book.
You don't have the agenda that says item number
I
1,
have this.
but you, are you saying?
I'm reading the agenda. It says old business, letter I.
Yeah.
Number 1, discuss and vote mineral planning commission. I go to letter I, there's nothing there.
Yeah,
Um,
I can't say why that's not there.
Can we make a copy for him, Terry? Is the copy machine, is it
I
coded?
don't.
You don't have it?
well,
I'll wear that copy
Yeah,
around.
it's-
You don't have it
So,
either?
The one that you were showing me,
It's
this says J.
Yep.
And I
Not I.
have that, that's
And
fine,
this.
but we're talking about I.
But it's under J, but what he's saying.
Okay,
is
so
that
you don't have,
every old business is listed under I, and there's nothing in I. But I have the things you're referencing here,
Oh.
but they're under J.
okay,
But those
Thank
are
you.
not,
But it's
I don't
not,
think those are the right thing. That's talking
Okay.
about new business.
Right.
or
all right, this
number 1.
is. Do you have this one?
Yes, that's interesting.
And you've got this one? Okay, and you've got this one?
Yeah.
under J.
Okay, Ed, what,
Yes.
what are you referencing?
I am talking about what my agenda that I'm looking at says is the item item I, old business number 1, and that is to go back to address and try to act upon the public hearing that was held on 10/30 relative to the light commercial zoning classification, because we did not discuss it and act upon it, but we did hold a public hearing. Now, I don't know what's in the package. I believe
It's
that
not.
today, and I didn't see anything in it.
No, it's not. It's under the old business, it says section 425, article 4, like
Yeah.
commercial zoning. We don't have that.
Okay, yeah,
Or the
I didn't see it today when I was looking for it either. So I can't say why it's not there, but it's not there. But that's the history as to why it's on the agenda. And what would y'all like to do regarding that? Can we-
I need to
Table it?
table it.
Yeah, because if
Yeah.
we don't have the minutes for that meeting approved and we weren't there,
That's right.
how could we tie?
Exactly.
Exactly.
quite
We
right.
have to table this, Ed.
Okay, we'll table it for another meeting, get the relative information that had to do with it, and bring it back to the planning commission at the next meeting. Do understand that, what the position of this is. This is a duly notified public hearing, and it was held on the date and time before, but we've just delayed because of the facts that we've already gone over. And now if we don't have adequate information for you to review, we'll have to get it to you and hopefully then act upon this at our next meeting, which is the February meeting.
Okay.
Did somebody
Make a
that
motion to table old business,
item one?
dated 10/30/25 about the public hearing on article 425, section 425, article 4, light commercial zoning classification. And the vote upon a recommendation of the list of projects to include the first year of the new capital improvement plan.
Why are you including that that's a different
We don't
item?
have it.
You don't have that? It was in mine. I copied it offline. It is hold on. Let's see. It's a document that
You don't have that either, do you?
shucks. So I got paper so that I wouldn't have to go looking for it on my computer during the meeting.
I remember
I don't know
seeing
where it
it,
is.
I think.
Okay, so
email.
back on the pages, if you were online, I have no idea where it is, but the title across the top said capital improvements 26, 27, 28, and it listed water and sewer and buildings and parks and things like that. This is what I'm looking at, is the document that Nicole Washington, the town manager, zoning administrator, provided to us for consideration. And we did talk about it at the last meeting. We've been trying to give a recommendation to town council about projects for quite some time. And it is the first time. There's never been a capital improvements plan created and adopted in the town of Mineral. So this is the first time thing. And as far as the amount of money that might be available to put towards things, she had only showed $10,000 under buildings and $8,750 under something pertaining to the parks. That was it. And that was in the first year. Whether that's still good, I don't know. So y'all, this is something y'all have not got in your package?
Are you referring to the Excel spreadsheet?
Yes.
Wait, I have that, but
Online.
I didn't review it for the purpose of this meeting today.
Yeah.
So I'm not very familiar.
Yeah, that's what it was in the email. Yeah. But
Okay. Then
it happens.
everybody that I'm looking at is in that same boat, pretty much.
Yep.
Okay.
Well,
So
somebody needed to second it.
yeah, we got a motion from Teresa
I
to
second.
table both of these matters and get the documents necessary in the package for to get reviewed beforehand. And Jim, I think you just seconded it.
Yes.
Okay. So I just say go ahead and do a roll call, please, Terry.
Mr. Snyder,
Yes.
Mr. Stowe,
Yes.
Ms. Newton,
Yes.
Ms. Larson,
Yes.
Mr. Keeby.
Yes. Okay. So those things will be carried over to the February meeting. New business. A, consider changes to the town code, section 42558, and also that's under A, and B, 42560, which is title pertaining to issuance of permits and licenses. So this is something that I am presenting to you as a recommendation, and again, two of you are brand new, and it has not been discussed by us. So you might want some time to think about that, and I'd understand. But my reasoning for coming up with this in as provided in here is that I think personally that most all jurisdictions, state and county and city and towns by and large, would have this type of provision. Most anywhere you go, if somebody asks for a rezoning or conditional use permit or some sort of action zoning wise that requires a public hearing, that they put up a notice on the property so people that are surrounding the neighbors or anybody that has some interest in it is aware of it so that they can come and participate. I think that the town of Mineral should be doing that. So this is my effort to address that by adding 42558 article about signs, article 10 on signs, by adding a C to what already just has A and B. Do y'all have something in there that says article 10 signs and it lists A and B?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, and for C, there's just the red lettering public notification signs. Y'all got that?
Yes.
Okay, so I think Terry also provide to you what I copied, I had typed and had it for the November meeting, and then just sent it to her. So it's kind of dark because I photoed it and sent it to her, and hopefully she has it in there about the wording for adding subsection C. If y'all don't have that, I'd like to read it. So indulge me if you would. Public notification signs added as item C. Applicants that request a rezoning, conditional use permit, board of zoning appeals permit, or that request town streets or alleyways shown on the official 1890 map of the town of Mineral to be opened or closed must pay an additional fee of $75 to the town for the required placement of a town-created public action notice sign. The permitted action zoning consideration signage applies to all 5 zoning classifications. You know, that's the 2 residential, 2 commercial, and the PUD. The public notice sign shall be placed on the applicable property by the owner applicant within 24 hours after it is issued at a location clearly visible to the traveling public, and it shall be maintained on said property until after the requested action has been reviewed, considered, and acted upon. The owner applicant shall return the public notice sign to the town office within 48 hours after the final action has been taken for a refund. That's how most places do it, and the amount they charge can vary. I got $75 from some ordinance that I looked at. I can't recall which one it was, what place. But most of them give a refund for it as well. So, you know, that's optional whether you give a refund or a full refund or no refund. But that's my effort for us to be more transparent and for the public to know when there are going to be public hearings held on significant things for a small town like this, be it a rezoning or conditional use permit, be it opening and closing of roads. There's not a law that says you have to do that. But I think from the spirit of advising the public and being aware to get public input, that it's the right thing to do. But that's just me, and I'm giving you my thoughts pertaining to it. Would y'all like to comment or make any feedback on the subject of doing that?
I agree. I believe that the citizens of this town ought to know what's happening to their property. So I'm in agreement with it.
We have discussed this and everything about it is right. If you're gonna offer a refund, you probably should say what it's going to be. I'm just saying.
I don't
Right.
know why there's gonna be a refund anyway. I've never gotten a refund from the
Well,
government.
I'm just saying, don't hang that out
And
there.
just say refund,
Yeah.
you should say full
Uh,
refund or
Yeah,
whatever portion.
I'm working through section 2, edit section title and representation as follows.
yeah, I mean, really, whether they win or lose, I mean, we're gonna have a public hearing at it should be the next town council meeting, which normally is 30 days. You know, if they posted it like 2 days before a town council meeting, it'll still revert back to the next month.
Is this going to require the town to keep some signs
Yeah,
on hand
yes,
Yeah.
so that
they fill it out.
it is handed out in a timely manner?
Yes.
Yeah, they have. I don't mean to step on anybody's toes in speaking, but just for clarification on that, yeah, the town has to create them, and then the town would have them available. And if you came in and requested a rezoning with conditional use permit or whatever one of these things that's listed, then you would be doing a permit application. And if the permit application, gets issued, this would be a part of it. That goes into the next thing. 42560 is adding, something regarding the same thing. And I'll go into that in a minute. And as far as the refund, I kind of thought the way some of the comments are going, maybe you don't do a full refund, maybe you don't do any, but maybe you give the whole thing. I don't know on that. So
$10 for the sign back, so you can get your cost.
Oh. It costs more for the application to go through.
I'm just saying,
You got the application.
you've got to make the sign.
I
Yes.
And if they don't have to make the sign again.
Yes.
So it should be a small nominal fee is what I thought, but.
Well,
you
that's
can-
nominal. That's pretty good, but but I've never heard of giving
Well, you try it, I
refunds.
can pick it up.
So you're
it's-
saying it should be incorporated as essentially a kind of tax
It's a- yeah.
type of.
Well, not taxable, it's just that they have to pay a
They're
fee.
paying a fee.
I mean, you have to pay a fee to get your tag.
That's true.
That's not refundable. I mean, fees, but that's something that the council has to work out.
Sure.
I'm just not in agreement with it. You gotta have some revenue for this little town.
Sure.
You got,
So, hearing those discussions, I'm in agreement with them, and they're very valid things to talk about. You might want to take a shot at putting something in there because it is just open. It just says for a refund, doesn't say what. Maybe you want to put in there 50%, or you want to put in 100% if that's what it's going to be. We've already said we're suggesting $75. But when a public hearing, if this moves forward, when a public hearing is held, you're going to have public comment. You're going to have people coming and saying how they feel regarding this.
yes, because it affects all of us.
Yeah.
I have one last thought on this, and then I'm ready for any vote that anybody wants to offer. And that is, if you're paying for a permit, and whatever the price of that permit is, oh, and by the way, give us another 75. I think that price of the sign should be folded into the permit cost, so that you don't look like you're just dunning people every chance you get.
Yeah, but the zoning comes before the permit.
Well,
It comes
sign is
before.
about going forward with the zoning process.
Yeah, like if I purchased the property and I wanted to change the zoning on it,
Mhm.
I'm just saying it from experience. It's a contingency upon that sale. Because if they don't pass it at the next meeting, after seeing the zoning sign, then it doesn't matter. I mean, the permit's not involved in that at all.
The
Zoning changes there or not.
the zoning change paperwork has to happen, and that's when the sign has to happen. So just combine them. Regardless of whether it's the seller trying to get a rezoning for a sale or a new property owner is trying to get a rezoning.
So you just want to call it a permit fee instead of the zoning. I've never seen it like
No,
that.
what
but I have
I'm
to-
saying is, if I go to the office to get a zoning permit and a sign is required, incorporated that price in the zoning permit rather than say, oh, in addition, here's, we want more money. It just looks better.
I've never seen it like that. I'm not saying that it can't be done. It's the zoning is also not just for rezoning land,
I
but
know.
it'll be changing a store to be able to do their alcohol or any kind of something that's not in the ordinance that you have to have that meeting too. So it's not just.
Would they not also have to have a sign then?
You have to have a sign for anything that's out of what the ordinance is calling for.
So if,
You had,
so I have my zoning permit here that I came and got so I can get a new shed, which is coming tomorrow. That doesn't require a sign for my neighbors to see. And the cost of that is for the permit. I'm saying if there is something that requires a meeting, incorporate the cost of the sign. And we already delineate which ones require a sign in this. I'm just saying, incorporate the cost of the sign and the cost of the permit.
but that still goes back to town council.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's the recommendation.
but I see what you're saying. I see it. I just have never seen it. So I'm gonna have to really think about that one.
Okay, folks, I would inject that the reason for putting it in there and then causing us to have this much discussion on it is that my view is that if you don't charge them for it and expect some kind of refund, then you might not get them back. And if you don't get them back, then you have to make more of them and all. So,
well, they normally don't even in the past wherever I've had that it's cardboard and they wrote on it with a magic marker so you could see it driving down the street, and they never even got the signs down. The homeowner has to do that. Just throw it
Okay.
away.
Okay, then I will butt out and let y'all continue to discuss it after this last comment that I'm gonna make. I say, let's just leave it the way it is, and it brings it up for discussion. And if council wants to increase the cost of, the permits in order to, when there is a sign going to be required, if this gets passed, then it's addressed that way. And if they want a refund of 50% or all of it, then they deal with it. I just say this is here to bring up the issue that, if it costs the town some amount of money to make these, and if they don't get them back, then they're going to have to keep making them over and over and over. Maybe, as you said, Teresa, there's a cheaper way, and they can be just disposable and throw away. I don't know, beyond me. But that's the reason for it's being there. And if we want to do it, let's do something, and then let that be, council addressing it. It's their money.
Right.
My concern is this. And that is that if we just forward this, and because we don't forward this discussion.
Yeah.
We forward, so therefore the discussion, which is valid to the people who are having it,
Yeah.
gets to disappear, and hopefully the town council will take it up. So I think at least it should go forward with we have these concerns, and it should delineate those concerns in what we forward, or we should decide. If we cannot decide, we should say, here are our sticking points for you to decide. But don't hand them something that says, well, here, we all agree on this, when there are some valid concerns.
Or we could write it out without the fee in here and put a paragraph to the town council. Y'all set your fees, and here's the sentence to go with it.
I have a question in relation to making it cost less. Is there a way that this could be done over email to the residents of the town rather than posting a sign?
No. They have pointed out to me Facebook on the ticker out here and posting it on the door. And I don't come this way all the time. I'm not on Facebook. And that was a suggestion that I was going to say, because people pay their bills, so the bills are sent by email. Well, if we can do that, why can't we have everybody's email so we can send them certain things, but it has to be legally on the property where you're going to rezone it.
That makes sense.
And people are just used to seeing.
Yeah.
Because we're nosy. What are they doing?
Yeah, there's a lot of older people here. I don't think they go on Facebook or anything at all. So.
Well, it's also an accessibility issue. If someone doesn't have access to the internet in their home and email, they still need to be made aware.
Yeah.
So back to this. I agree with everything here. Okay.
I do too.
And I think we should forward this. My only sticking point is, if you're going to charge for it, don't make it an extra fee, because that doesn't look good for the town.
Sure.
Did you hear that, Ed?
I do. So
Okay. He's
So
awfully
do we
talking to
amend
us.
this so that we say that, or do we send it to the council and say, we have this problem with it?
I would suggest, hearing all those valid points that y'all have raised, that the last sentence just say the owner applicant shall return the public notice sign to the town office within 48 hours after final action has been taken. Just drop the part about refund. Just don't talk about that. If the council wants to choose to deal with that in whatever way they want, that's up to them. What do you think of that?
Okay, you know I'm going to have an opinion.
That's what you're
When you say shall and they don't, I'm saying, what you gonna do about it?
Right.
Nothing.
They'll
Yes.
Take it down.
Yeah, so, uh. You're maybe better off by saying the sign will stay up until, the matter's been adjudicated. But that still doesn't address that other question of,
I wouldn't even address it.
yeah, it's kind of like, it's gotta stay up because we're having our meeting.
Yes, it has to stay up
Yes,
30 days.
yes. And then the other part is, the other question is, if you're gonna charge them for the sign, which is valid,
Yeah, this is valid.
let's just not smack them over the head and say, oh, give us more.
Response.
Yeah, I don't say how long it has to stay up as far as 30 days or anything, because I would think the one sign would just be staying there through the whole process. If we have to have a planning commission public hearing, it would go up within, 48 hours of when I made the request as the applicant, and it will stay there until it goes the process of the planning commission and then the council, and ultimately when it's approved. Only after all that's been done, or somebody, decides to withdraw their application, does it come down.
And you have that.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ed, you're saying that when this doesn't go before town council, it comes to the planning commission first and then to the town council for approval?
It may. I'm not going to say that I know that all these things, like road closures or road openings, to my knowledge, until the last year or year and a half, those things didn't come to the planning commission, but they started coming to the planning commission a year or two ago. So I don't know what the law is on that. I don't know why it didn't used to come to the planning commission. And, so I'm not addressing that. I'm just saying that if they take an application and it's determined where it goes, they, within 48 hours, put it up, and it stays until whatever the process is concluded. May only be the council. It may be planning commission and council. And again, we're only recommending. Whether council chooses to do it, that's their decision to make.
Okay, well, I make a motion that we send it under advisement to the town council with notations of the money, the permit, the charge.
The separate charge.
Yeah,
Concern of additional fees.
for additional fees. And Terry's gonna have fun with this one.
Can I give that word? Worded? You want me to try?
What? Yes, since I stumbled on the permit.
Okay, so we would say, we wish to forward this to the town council for consideration. And request that they consider folding fees for signs into the permit.
Oh, well, you can add that too.
All right. So
We give them the choice.
Yes.
am I taking your motion? Are you submitting that, Jim, as a substitute motion for Teresa?
Only if
Or
Teresa's
amending
allowed.
her motion? Or are you amending?
I
her?
agree with you.
Oh, Teresa agrees, I'm submitting that motion. She has to now second it or something.
Okay, somebody second this.
I second.
That's good.
All right.
Okay, I do have a question.
We do have a motion in a second. All right.
Okay. We're not discussing it, but do we not have restrictions on height of signage here? For light commercial and general commercial?
Yeah, there are signage height regulations and all, but I would just trust that the town would not be creating a monster size sign, but we haven't specified what size they should be. They'd have to comply with whatever the existing sign size limitations are for the particular district.
Page 24 has it.
But that's what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Well, it's got, yes, that's for the home, the church, directional signs. and the sale or rental of premises. It doesn't say anything about the light commercial and general commercial signage. Except that only one sign for each street upon which a lot abuts.
Yes,
So
I led the.
I think we need to take this discussion to another time. Because I want to see what the Code of Virginia says.
I'm gonna step in if I'm not cutting you off, Teresa.
No, you're not.
Okay. I think that we're going to get bogged down in the minutia if we get into, you know, the size limit and maybe other things that might come up about it. And people have to comply with whatever things are. And ultimately, the town council is going to decide whether they want to do it at all or not. They don't have to do it. So I don't think that personally that avenue is something critical to just establishing a policy that people are going to be notified and doing just the basics of information to create that new town policy of notification by signage for the things that are listed in there.
Okay.
That's my own view anyway.
That's okay.
Well, and to that point, a lot of these regulations I feel like are based on if someone else is creating the sign, they have to follow these rules. But in this case, the town is making the sign, then the town should
Oh,
know.
I'm talking about the like
Right,
commercial.
yes.
Yeah, not the public
Oh, not
notification.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I'm
all
following.
that came about when the town asked us to write code about that because they didn't like some signage in town. And it went around and around and around, and that's what they finally agreed on.
Okay.
Within my memory,
Okay.
because I had to stand up and do all that.
Okay.
Yeah, if y'all are talking about the existing sign ordinance, item B was the subject several years ago of several public hearings and a lot of consideration, and it bounced around, and I don't think it ever changed. So it is still showing in item B at the end that if you have LED types of things or signs, that they're flashing on, it says that all flashing on and off signs shall be prohibited. We've probably got violations of that, but we don't want to include that in this. That's something you might want to surface back up and look at again, because that's rather outdated.
Okay. Okay. Yes. Okay.
So we have a motion about sending stuff on to the council. Right?
Yes.
On the public
Yes.
notification signs.
Yes,
Is it-
and then
yes.
someone second. that.
Yes. Huh? Oh, yeah, we need to vote.
Yeah, we need to call for the vote, but before calling for it, I would have to agree that I need to understand, and she will need to understand for the minutes. What is that saying about all this discussion at the end? Do we just drop off this thing of refund or leave it in there? And I don't want to belabor it a whole lot longer. Huh?
We'll table that, Ed.
You mean table?
We'll talk about it again once we get some commercial stuff in here.
Okay, so you want to change your motion, or you want to?
No, that wasn't part of the motion, I don't believe. I think it was a separate discussion.
Yeah, it was separate. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. My only question then is, what does this motion that's on the table have? What was decided pertaining to the people returning their signs? I don't know.
Ask me to say this. Oh, we left that off.
Yeah, we left that off.
We didn't add that. You need that added?
So you want to just drop that last sentence? It'd be fine.
Yes.
Okay. And the person making the motion and the person that seconded it is in agreement that that last sentence starting at the owner of the applicant shall return the public notice and all to the end, just delete it. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Call for the vote, please.
Mr. Stone,
Yes.
Ms. Larson,
Yes.
Mr. Schneider,
Yes.
Mr. Cuby,
Yes.
Ms. Newton,
Yes.
Okay, so that passed 5-0. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes.
Okay. So let's quickly do the one at the bottom of that write-up, 42560. And that is add to the section title and to the verbiage in the first sentence as follows. That, I don't have it before me, but I had looked at it when I prepared that. It was talking about issuance of permits and licenses, and we didn't have anything in the town code about signs. So my suggestion is in the first sentence to be revised by adding the following point where it's reading along or authority to issue permits and licenses, add and public notice signage, and then pick up and continue this sentence that's in the regular code, which shall conform to the provisions of this chapter. So I looked at the things about that's part of the code, and I think that was necessary to also be amended if they choose to do the first part. Any question or comment about that? They go one and the same. If you don't do the first one, you won't do the second one.
Yes.
I think it makes
For
sense.
authority to issue permits, licensure, public notice, to conform to the provision of this chapter.
In other words, they can't get their own permits or license or anything. Is that correct,
Well, I'm
Ed?
taking this to mean that anyone who can give out these permits and licenses
Yes.
must adhere to the rules within this section about giving out licenses, is basically what it's saying.
Yep.
Wow.
The person who's doing this needs to also be responsible to see the public notice signs are handled.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
I was saying that addresses that who the person, which I guess would be the zoning administrator, who handles the licensing and issues them, is not only doing the permit and the license, but is also handling the public notice signage at the same time, because that's part and parcel if you adopt the first part, the earlier part. That makes sense?
Yeah, it does.
Should it also, where it says permit or licenses again, in like the very next line, should it also say public notice signs? Again,
in the last line.
Right.
yes, and then, well, actually, that would make it 3 times,
You're-
so on the second line where it's
Repeating.
already written, the third line and the fourth line. Where everywhere that it says permit or licenses, should it not also say all 3?
Yes.
I agree.
Makes sense to me. I'll concur. I don't have the code now sitting in front of me to read it, so I concur with what you're saying. Makes sense. Did we have a motion and a second, or can we get a motion and a second on this?
We move. We move that we amend 425-60 issuance of permits and license to include public notice signs. So where it would say any such permit or license or public notice signs, you would simply add, I'm getting too wordy. This is not working. I have to start over.
Yeah, no, it's wordy.
It happens.
All right.
Make the title to include public notice signs on there with the permits and licenses, and then get the wording into there accordingly at the, so it's consistent to also add in public notice signs. That makes sense.
Can I give them an edited copy of mine? They move that this edited copy be used to amend. Does that sound? Okay, I move
That is
that we amend 425-60 to match the edited copy provided by the planning commission.
Do I hear a second?
I second that.
All right. I have a motion and a second. Any further comments? No. Hearing none. Terry, would you call the roll?
Mr. Stone,
Yes.
Ms. Larson,
Yes.
Ms. Newton,
Yes.
Mr. Schneider,
Yes.
Mr. Cubic.
Yes. Fantastic, folks. Thank you very much. I'm looking at an agenda now that just provides reports to zoning administrator. We don't have a zoning administrator at the present time, or maybe we do. I'm not sure. Ma'am, I think that you're probably responsible for that as mayor. Did you want to make any comments?
I know, but I have someone in mind to appoint as zoning administrator, but I won't mention that until I talk with him.
Gotcha. Okay, thank you very much. Commissioner comments, is there anybody that wants to bring up or discuss anything that we haven't already discussed?
I would like to, just thoughts, for Maggie and Ryan. What are your strengths? You don't have to answer it. Just things to think about. What is it that you specifically want to see for this town? And, what are your strong suits that you could help benefit those areas that need, like, sales,
Sales, construction,
Construction,
project management. That's
and
what I do.
Maggie, I'm sorry, but I don't know. I didn't read yours all the way, and if I did, I forgot it. So what is your strength?
I guess as far as it relates to the town, I'm really invested in like the community aspect of it. I have little kids, I'm a stay-at-home mom, so I take
Okay.
them out all the time. I want us to meet more people and have opportunities to do things.
Okay, so just whatever, if you don't mind, just for us, so we'll know what your strengths are and what you want for this town, then that way we know that we're building this together. Not just, just in the wind. We need revenue. We definitely need revenue. So that means that we've got to find a way to bring in people that'll invest in this town and build this town. We need recreation. And there's ideas that we've already had out before. But we really need to sit down and have a good plan for capital and for a comprehensive plan, which we've already got that in place. But there's always things that we want to add in the interim. And so anyway, thank you for being a part of this. I'm excited to work with you guys. And it's always a pleasure with you, Jim.
Let me go around the table. Thank you very much, Teresa, for your input on that and solicitation of getting everybody involved. Ryan, do you have any comments you want to make?
I don't think he heard you.
Yeah,
Ryan?
add something, but you go ahead, Ron.
No, I don't have anything.
I would just encourage you to look at the committees that we have through the town and maybe choose one or two or as many as you would like to participate in. I would certainly welcome any suggestions as far as the committees are. You said you're in sales. I mean, we have water and sewer, we have economic development. I mean, certainly any ideas you might have, I would welcome you to participate in the committees.
Can we find information about that on the website when they meet?
Contact the office would be the best thing. Yeah, very. I'll let you know.
Terry's got this. It tells who's on what committee.
Well, yeah, I get it, but.
Anything else, Maggie? I'm calling you for your opportunity. Anything else?
Yes, I have a couple of questions.
All right.
If I wanted to suggest a new committee, when would be the appropriate time to do that?
You just
Now,
Great.
let me ask you, are you talking about committees of the planning commission or or committees of the town council?
I'm not sure. I guess the town council, but I don't know. I was thinking about a special events committee.
I've already got that on my list. We
Nice.
can work on that one.
But it's one that I added, but I really haven't gotten it active, and it's a new business association committee, so the businesses can provide their input, as to what they'd like to see also. So hopefully by February, we'll have that, information out to the businesses so they can participate. I've had several, show interest, so, I think it'll work out.
Yeah.
Good.
I had.
I would respond also to that, Maggie, that the chairman of the council, the chairman of the planning commission always has the ability to create committees, and though the planning commission, I don't think, has had committees before, or
Yeah.
maybe it was just for helping maybe a committee on creating the comprehensive plan and updating it, that we may have done that. But you know, if you want to suggest or recommend things that are applicable to the planning commission, let me know, and we'll talk about doing that maybe at the next meeting or something. And of course, if you're interested in the council ones, Pam's got that and knows who's on it and all that sort of thing. Okay.
Yes.
You have the, I think I said that. So
And then I had another question about when it would be appropriate to talk about, I guess, amending or updating the comprehensive plan. And then as it pertains to the old business that we were going to talk about today, the Excel spreadsheet with the capital improvements plan, what would we do as far as, I guess, formalizing that or changing it if we wanted to?
Let me ask you this, Maggie, would you be interested in being on a committee related to the capital improvements development and doing a spreadsheet?
Yes.
Because I don't know of the abilities of the other people on council. Maybe they can do that. I don't have that skill to do that. So if you could be available particularly to assist with us to be able to create the capital improvements plan and list the things, and you know, and have it there so it can be tracked and followed, we need that.
Yes, I would like to help with that.
All right, I will take that under advisement, and I think that's a great idea, and I
also interested
appreciate the offer.
in like capital improvements. That's kind of where my strength lies.
Is it in there?
Yeah, true.
It should
But-
be.
Ed, do I get a chance?
Yes, I'm going to get to you. Yes, sir, Jim. Hold on though.
All right.
Have y'all finished on that? Ryan, I'm hearing some input that you're talking about what she brought up.
What's that? Sorry.
You were saying,
I said I can hear you make some comments.
Oh, with the
pertaining to
capital improvements. Yeah, I was saying that my strengths might also help with a committee on capital improvements as well. So
Sounds great. I'll get in touch with you all. Okay. And again, committees, as far as council is concerned, I think it's a good practice that, you know, it should not be, and we don't have this written down anywhere, but if we're going to have committees, I don't think it should be more than 2 people of the body that are involved with it. It should be restricted to 1 or 2 people. Get beyond that, you're getting into a quorum. You can't meet with a quorum without a whole lot of FOIA issues and so forth. So anyway, I'll talk with y'all about it. All right. I'm going to move along if it's okay to Jim. Jim?
I'm gonna say, I think of the planning commission as the deliberative body that can take the time to think and talk and figure stuff out. Sometimes the council gives us a problem and they want a piece of legislation. Sometimes the council may not be aware. People come to us. The other part of that is we can do all this work and they can just ignore us. And that's, you got to be prepared for that too. But working and talking with people and being in considering all these things is really enjoyable.
You're absolutely right. I agree with you, Jim.
Been doing it for a long time.
I went to the Martin Luther King celebration on Monday, and one word that I would like to emphasize with everybody in town is unity. In order to get anything done, we need to unite for a good cause. And everybody that missed the celebration of Monday for Martin Luther King was a good event. It was wonderful. So I want to encourage unity.
Yep.
Are you? I'm not going to cut you off. Are you? Done? No, Pam either. Jim, you had the floor. Are you? All right.
I am done.
All right. All right. And Pam, you were done?
I'm done, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I make a motion to adjourn.
Well, I just want to make one further thing and then we will adjourn. Not 2 hours. That's a long meeting. Thanks for hanging in there. I think we covered a lot of things. I do want to comment that one of the statements that was made at the public comment portion was that the council doesn't have a civility pledge any longer, that they did away with it. And that may be true. I didn't know that. But I do know that the civility pledge was something that was recommended by Virginia Municipal League. And the ideals of that as drawn up came from a VML document that is spread around and recommended. And lots of counties have this in some way, shape, or form. So it was not something, in my opinion, that was drafted up by the town council, but it was presented to town council, and at one time they approved it. But now if they've taken it away, that's obviously their choice. We don't get into that, but it's a mistake to say that they created it and they did away with it and question that the planning commission may want to do it. It's a VML document that's recommended by them, and that's the only point I want to make for clarification purposes. So I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Got a motion from Teresa to adjourn. Is that a second from you, Jim?
Yes.
All right. All in favor? Say
Aye.
Aye.
Is that 5-0?
Yes.
All right. Motion to adjourn. And I think it was my watch is saying something like 7:36, whatever you see there. Terry, so note. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all very much. I appreciate it. Good job.
Tomorrow.